folks. Dustin May will make his Brewers debut.
And ring the bell.
Good strikeout for Dustin May.
Dustin May in his Brewers debut. He shines here.
And he's a spins guy.
That was nasty down and in with the sweeper. Got him. He tied him up with a cutter. 7 strong from Dustin May in San Diego. Brilliant performance for the Brewers right-hander. He had the goods today.
Big Red takes the mound for the Brewers tonight. Game 2 of this 3-game series with the Seattle Mariners. The Atlanta Braves are coming to town. We're set up for a dandy Friday with the Miz and Chris Sale. We got a good one tonight with Dustin May against Logan Gilbert. Check that Mariners batting order as we take a look at Brewers TV presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brian Anderson with Bill Schroeder, Sophia Minert. And the Brewers coming off a 22-0 shellacking last night. And let's see the Potawatomi Sportsbook batting order for Dan Wilson tonight. Brendan Donovan leads off. Randy Arozarena, Dominic Canzone. The middle of the order is Julio Rodriguez, Josh Naylor, and Cole Young. Cal Raleigh, Taylor Ward, and Brock Rodden round out the starting 9. Taylor Ward, one of the big offensive acquisitions at the trade deadline. And the numbers for Dustin May, these are season numbers, Rock, between the Cardinals and the Brewers. It'll be his 3rd Brewer start.
And he's got a 2.08 ERA as a Brewer, 1-0 record, got a no decision last time out against San Diego. He was outstanding. 7 innings, 4 hits, only 1 run allowed, 6 punch outs, and only used 83 pitches to get through those 7 innings.
First pitch presented by Aurora Healthcare. And May's first offering misses, ball 1, and away we go. This is game number 127 on the schedule. 35 to go. Brewers have the best record in the majors coming into play today. 30 games over 500 at 78-48. Cubs lost today. White Sox shut them out at Wrigley 3-0. So the Brewers have a chance to go up 5.5 in the Central with a win tonight. There's a broken bat. And it's gloved by Terang, and the throw is wide. Contreras there backing up. Donovan, now he's on his way. Now he stops. Contreras cannot get a hold of that baseball. It's like trying to catch a rooster.
Yeah, if Donovan took off right away, he would have been safe. But that was a heck of a play by Terang just to get there. Just the off-balance throw way off the mark. And not many guys are going to be able to make this play. If Terang can't make it, not many can. But a good backup by Contreras. It wasn't the easiest backup in the world, but he was able to keep Donovan at first base.
Donovan started the game last night with a double. Reaches on a single to start this one, and that brings up Arozarena. Randy Arozarena among American League leaders in doubles and runs scored. He's 7th in the league in doubles. He's got 78 runs as well, which is top 5 in the American League. Big stolen base threat if he gets on. Mariners aren't hitting much. Rock, they come in dead last, tied with the Yankees for the worst batting average, team batting average in the American League.
And kind of a surprise, right? I mean, 1 game away from getting to the World Series. The offense was supposed to be elite. This hasn't happened. Cal Raleigh's having a rough year. Just haven't been able to score a lot of runs. Starting pitching's been pretty good. Arena's career has been great. He's one of 6 active players with 125 or more home runs and 125 or more stolen bases. So he's been good.
He had a monster postseason in the pandemic postseason in 2020 for the Tampa Bay Rays. 1-2 the count. Arozarena just lays the bat on it. Little lazy fly ball is going to fall. So back-to-back hits. Neither one of them hit all that hard. 2 on, nobody out for Dustin May.
Yeah, let's check out the defense brought to you by Friend Landmark Credit Union. You got Churio, Laura, and Bowers in the outfield. So Laura in center. Bowers in right to keep his bat in the lineup. Ortiz, Pratt is back in the lineup after coming off the injured list. Terang, Vaughn on the right side, and William Contreras behind home plate.
Good to have Cooper Pratt back. Minimum stay on the injured list with the hamstring injury. Good to have those young legs that heal fast. There's Dominic Canzone. You can bet the Mariners are going to come out here with a sense of urgency tonight. They got embarrassed last night on the wrong end of a historic performance. As Rock mentioned, the largest margin of victory in a shutout in the modern era in baseball. 22-0 was the score last night. Mariners had a couple of costly miscues defensively. Dan Wilson said he made a mistake with his bullpen and his matchups.
Yeah, nothing went well for the Mariners last night, but today's a new day.
And believe it or not, they're still in the picture, despite the fact the Mariners come in with a record of 59-67. They're 8 games under. Take a look at the history that was matched last night. So again, modern era. 1975, the We Are Family Pirates 22-0 over the Cubs. Cleveland did it over the Yankees a little over 20 years ago.
And the first time a home team was able to put up 22 runs in a shutout.
That's a great point, because there was no bottom of the ninth. They did all that.
Eight
inside
innings.
24 outs instead of 27. Yelich hit that 3-run homer in the 5th inning to make it 6-0. That ball's driven in the gap left center. That's trouble. That's going to get to the wall. In to score is Donovan. The Arozarena is going to be waved home, and the throw from Pratt up the line. 2-run score. And right away, the Mariners come out of the gates hot. 3 consecutive hits. Canzone with a 2 RBI double.
Really good at bats right to start this game. That was a fastball up and away. Canzone goes right with it into the gap out there, out in the left center. And with the good speed by Arozarena, he's able to score from first base.
High stepping. We got the send home by Carlos Cardoza. And now Julio Rodriguez with a runner at second. First ball swinging. It's going to get the runner over, but there is the first out for Dustin May.
This is the second time that May has faced Seattle. And he did it as a Dodger back in 2021. Much different lineup that he's facing here tonight.
A long time ago. Faces Josh Naylor now. Naylor's been one of the better Mariners hitters in a struggling offense. The next 2 hitters have swung the bats pretty well. Naylor's up there on the first pitch, and he pops this one into foul grounds. That was a gift.
Yeah, jam sandwich on a cutter. They cut her up in the zone at 94 miles an hour. Got him to chase. And take advantage of that. Hold him to 2 runs here.
Dustin May's usage of the cutter is up significantly as a Brewer. He threw it about 22% of the time as a Cardinal, but in his 2 starts as a Brewer, some of it's lineup oriented, but it's up to 35% usage, that cut fastball. And there's one right there, and Rock, he throws it hard. Contreras going to challenge this.
Call of the ball.
Brewers have not been very good overall success rate. ABS challenge presented by
Call on the field is confirmed. Milwaukee has 1 challenge remaining.
Powered by T-Mobile. And 1 left the rest of the game.
You hate to waste one on the first pitch of an at bat.
Cole Young, the other hot hitter since the break. Everyday Young here. He's played in every game. Talented young second baseman now in his 2nd year. And he and Naylor, they haven't done much offensively, but he and Naylor have been the few bright spots in the Mariners offense.
They have 15 home runs, 56 runs batted in. This guy has a 505 plate appearances already. Not much of a candidate to walk too much.
2 balls and a strike. Young, since the All-Star break, hitting over 300. He's hit some homers. He is a very good defender. He's one of the best defensive second basemen in the American League. 2 outs, runner at third. May deals, and Young spoils one foul.
Yeah, you got to minimize the damage here. You don't want to fall too far behind with that starter that the Mariners are throwing out there, Logan Gilbert.
2 tall right-handers. Different kind of stuff you'll see from both. Gilbert is a split finger specialist with big velocity. Checked his swing, and the count 3-2 now. There's Logan Gilbert preparing for his start against the Brewers, and he'll have a lead when he hits the mound for the first time. 3-2, and May loses him. Shaky start for Dustin May. 3 hits and a walk. 2 runs are in. High pitch count. And now Cal Raleigh coming up.
He was so good his last time out against San Diego. I mean, 83 pitches through 7 innings. 4 hits, 1 run, punched out 6.
His first start as a Brewer, he got the win. That was here at American Family Field on the 6th of August. 8 innings and 6 innings in that game and 2 runs, and then he backed it up with this effort against the Padres. Left the game in line for the win. San Diego at that big homer from Jackson Merrill. Brewers lost that game 4-3 in 11. Got swept in San Diego and then took 3 out of 4 from the Dodgers. Cal Raleigh hitting 7th in this Mariners batting order. Still hard to see it that way. He's hitting just .157. Only 13 homers, 44 driven in. He did homer on Sunday in Houston.
Yeah, it's hard to back up a 60 home run season, but yeah, 13. Quite the drop off. One of the reasons why the Mariners have not been hitting.
2 balls, no strikes, and Raleigh yanks one foul. Look out over there.
And the guy that you're relying on to carry the load offensively has a year like he's having, that affects everybody in the lineup. Everybody else feels the pressure to do more. And nobody knows that any better than Cal Raleigh himself.
He finished second to Aaron Judge in the MVP voting in the American League last year. 2-1. Raleigh gets under one. It's going to stay playable, be close. And down the screen it comes in a foul ball. Once it hits that netting, it's a dead ball. Beautiful night tonight. Storms, tornado warnings last night. Safest place to be right here inside American Family Field.
Man, you'd never know it inside here.
Now the roof closed and the panels closed. It was cooking in here last night. Hot and humid. Perfect tonight. 2-2. Raleigh pulls that one foul. Raleigh missed some time earlier this year. About a month he was out with an oblique strain. Something he tried to play through. That was mid-June to mid-July, and then he had the All-Star break. Another 2-2 from May, pitch number 27 of the inning. Down is full. May struggling right now.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the velocity. The command is left to be desired. 97 way up out of the zone.
Raleigh walked twice last night. First and third, 2 outs. Young will take off at first. There he goes. Raleigh takes a ball. And Contreras is going to challenge this.
Potential challenge call of a ball.
I don't know.
No, I don't think he's going to win it.
Brewers are going to be out of challenges the rest of the night.
First inning. Yikes.
Well, that's going to be a problem.
Milwaukee has no challenge remaining.
Got to be sure. Trying to help your pitcher out. That's honorable, but You got to know that one's
when you lose a
not
challenge
close.
in the first inning, I mean, you can't be challenging anything for a while anyway.
Well, here's Taylor Ward now. He's missed the last 5 games with leg soreness. This was the big bat the Mariners picked up at the trade deadline from Baltimore. He was one of the premier bats available. There weren't a whole lot of offensive players available at the trade deadline. Ward has struggled since coming to Seattle, though. As May hits it with a sinker, and it's quickly 0-2.
Emphasis on framing pitches for Contreras the rest of the night. With no challenges, got to make these pitches look good.
Bases loaded, 2 runs in. 30 pitches in this inning. And Ward takes a ball. Taylor Ward is a very patient hitter. He is the American League leader in walks.
They're hitting .240, on base percentage at .370.
Top 10 in the American League in on base. 7th right now in on base percentage.
In the danger zone here for pitch counts in the first inning. Yikes, 32.
Think about his start against San Diego. 83 pitches. He went 7 innings. 2-2. Brewers had a piggyback day yesterday with Kyle Harrison and Shane Drowan, 2 starters. Drowan came out of the bullpen for a couple of innings. Harrison went 5. Picked up his 10th win, lowered his ERA, which was already sub 3. Do it again, another 2-2. 34th pitch of the inning. And Ward into right center. That is down, a base hit. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in, and the Mariners are up 4-0 in the first.
And right off the end of the bat, cutter off the plate, got enough of it. Dumping in front of Bowers out and right. Big crooked inning for Seattle after getting shut out last night. Exactly what they needed, just the opposite of what the Brewers needed here tonight. Pretty good at bat by Ward, keeping that bat in the hitting zone long enough to dump it out in the right, driving in a couple of runs.
3 weekly hit balls, but they're falling here, and May is in a world of hurt to start this game as Chris Hook on his way to the mound. The bullpen is already active for the Brewers. Chad Patrick throwing. What a difference a day makes.
That's the thing about, this game of baseball. The only momentum that you have is the starting pitcher that particular night. If you have a hot pitcher, you have the momentum. Brewers did last night. Not so much tonight, not in the first.
4 hits, 2 walks. And it's Brock Rodden, the number 9 hitter. 2 men aboard with 2 away. Rodden playing in just his 5th game in the big leagues. Switch hitting shortstop. In the air to center field, hit pretty well. Lara just shy of the track, makes a catch. And the first inning comes to a merciful end. 9 batters faced for Dustin May. Mariners put 4 on the board. Brewers got some work to do tonight.
It's Miller time.
Drone cam, courtesy of UW Credit Union on this beautiful Wednesday night in Milwaukee. 4-0 Mariners. Don't adjust your sets. Seattle coming out banging here in this first inning. There's Pat Murphy, back-to-back manager of the year in the National League. Might be on his way to a 3rd. Brewers have the best record in all of baseball. Check Murphy's Potawatomi Sportsbook batting order with Bryce Turang leading off, then Churio, then Bowers, Contreras, Yelich, and Vaughn in the middle with Luis Lara, Joey Ortiz, and Cooper Pratt returning from the injured list. And there are the numbers for Logan Gilbert. Rockies riding a 9 2/3 inning scoreless streak coming into this start.
Yeah, he's been outstanding this year. 29 years old, 6 feet 6 inches, first rounder for the Seattle Mariners back in 2018. A win against the Yankees his last time out.
6 shutout innings against the Yankees. Only game the Mariners salvaged in that series, and then they took 2 out of 3 from the Astros. This is their 8th game of a 9-game road trip. New York, Houston, Milwaukee. Tough stretch. Gilbert's got a big fastball in the upper 90s and a big strikeout pitch in that splitter, partner.
Yeah, very similar to the stuff that we saw last night. The starting pitcher for Seattle, that was Miller, Bryce Miller. This guy's on a roll right now. His last 14 starts, he's 7-3, a 2.54 ERA, and he's been really good on the road this year.
Turang returning to the lineup yesterday, missed the entire Dodgers series. Didn't go on the injured list, but he was dealing with a bulky left knee. So shut him down for 4 games, and then the off day Monday, had 5 days off. Was back in the lineup last night. Turang 0 for 2 last night. Was able to sit the last few innings out after the Brewers jumped out to a big lead.
The Brewers were able to sit a couple of guys down for a couple innings. Churio was taken out of the game.
Two and two. And Turang hanging tough. Brewers will put a pitch count on a starter, that is for sure. It's one of the things they do well. Tough for starters to get through 6 innings. Last night, chased the starting pitcher Miller in the 5th.
Did a good job being patient, making him get that splitter up in the zone. You're going to have to do that again tonight.
.22 hits last night for the Brewers, scoring 22 runs. The Mariners were shut out on 5 hits. They just scored 4 runs on 4 hits in the first inning and 2 walks. Every day is a new day in this game, and that's kind of what Dan Wilson was preaching. Oh, how about this sequence?
And 99 pretty much down the middle of the plate. Hasn't thrown the splitter yet.
You'll see at least 10 pitches to Turang. He has 6 consecutive foul balls. And he lays off, checks his swing. What a good take. That is a swing and miss pitch against a lot of hitters.
That's a slider right there. They're calling that a slider, 89 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, good take. Strong hands. Pitch number 11. And Turang draws the walk. Oh, the most Brewery kind of at-bat you could have right there. 11 pitch sequence. He draws a walk to start it offensively.
Hey, let's check out our Miller time game plan. Well, same as last night. We were talking about the starter for Seattle. And Bryce Miller, he had the fastball split combination. The Brewers did a good job getting that splitter up in the zone. You got to do that again today.
Here's Churio now. Takes the first one.
Any splitter that starts anywhere near the knees, you got to let it go. It's going to dip out of the strike zone. Got to get that pitch up initially. Brewers took advantage of some hanging splitters last night.
Churio sitting on 17 homers. But on a nice run here lately. There's a strike. No challenges left, remember. Contreras used him up in the first inning. You got to take what you get here. It's young umpire Dexter Kelly behind the plate tonight. Chourio tied up. Did he go? He did not. Checks his swing. Quinn Wolcott says so. And it's 2 balls and a strike.
Might be the earliest that the Brewers have been without a challenge first inning. Pretty close, huh?
Yeah, that could have gone as a swing.
Well, that bat started to.
Chourio had a hit and an RBI last night. Good take. Well, Gilbert is using everything he's got in the toolbox in his first inning to the first 2 batters already.
Yeah, Brewers are wearing him out already.
We've seen them all: the cutter, or the splitter, the sweeper, the slider, and that big fastball. There goes Turang. Chourio strikes out. Throw to second is late.
That's the Brewers game. I mean, no sense in holding back. Turang able to swipe it down by 4 runs. You better make sure you're going to make it when you're down by 4 this early. That was a hanger right there. Up in the zone. It was a slider. And Turang steals it easily.
1 away. Stolen base number 18 for Turang to go along with his 16 homers. And here's Jake Bauers. You know, Statcast had that pitch earlier as a slider, so Gilbert, who relies on a splitter, has not thrown a splitter yet in this first inning.
It's hard to believe, right? One of his best pitches.
There's the breakdown with his 7 different pitches. He's got a lot to offer, mostly fastball, slider, and then that splitter is his wipeout pitch. Here's a 1-1. Bauers laid on it.
99 right down the middle. Not a lot of movement on that fastball. It's pretty straight. He throws it, slings it right over the top. Hides the ball behind his back. Not a whole lot of movement.
Bauers 2 hits last night. Homered.
That was a split.
First one of the game for Gilbert.
There it is. There's the grip, the split. It tumbles out of the hand and then dives as it gets to home plate.
Another deep count here, though. 2-2 on Bauers. Turang at second base. We're in the first. And a couple of pitchers that are laboring a bit. Brewers would love to put some runs on the board here and start to chip away right away. After Dustin May had a marathon first inning. Bauers takes ball 3. Well, last night, Jake Bauers on the Wisconsin home run leaderboard, his 22nd and his 5th against left-handed pitching. He was 4 for 4 Sunday. Came back with 2 hits and 3 at-bats last night.
First time he's been given an opportunity to face left-handed pitching, and look what he's been able to do.
Been on base 7 of his last 8 plate appearances. And another inside move for Gilbert. Second time he has disengaged from the rubber.
I wonder when baseball is going to eliminate that. You can't fake to any other base but second base, but why? You wonder.
3-2. Bauers, a shot right to the shortstop. Rodney dropped the ball.
There's an out.
Catch counts, but on his way to the bag, he dropped the baseball. Turang has to scamper back. Tough break for Bauers.
Well, they had him positioned perfectly, didn't they?
Even Bauers' outs are firm.
Never moved. Had it secured in his glove. Little snow cone on its way out. He drops it. You ever read the rule book?
Yeah.
That would not be considered a catch.
In the
way the
original rule, you have to take it out and show
take it out of the glove. Yeah. Yep, but it's never called that way.
It's not a great posture there for Terang. Remember, he's been battling a knee injury. It's his left knee. And he had a quick start and stop on that line drive. Let's hope he's all right. The good news is Terang feeling good enough to steal second base. That left knee right there.
Yeah, had to start and stop really quickly, change direction.
Here's Contreras with Terang at second base. Contreras fly ball to right over his Canzone, and Logan Gilbert gets out of it. Brewers put 24 pitches on him but cannot score. 4-0 Seattle. We go to the second.
Brewers and Mariners back here at American Family Field. Dustin May back on the mound. They did get Cooper Pratt back in the lineup here today off the injured list. And our Freighter Medical College of Wisconsin injury report, one player that they are hoping to get back soon is their right fielder, Sal Frelick. They sent him back on his rehab assignment after he rejoined the team here yesterday. They wanted to just get their eyes on Sal, see him work out here, do some stuff on the field. He had played the last week with Nashville, and Pat Murphy's saying that they want to get him back in right field back-to-back games. In fact, he's in the lineup tonight and homered already tonight. So just want to get him back out there defensively on his feet, back-to-back games. Also just make sure that that shoulder responds well to throwing and any defensive plays. That was the one thing that he was missing on the previous rehab assignment, guys, is he did not play defense in back-to-back games over the weekend. He was primarily there as the DH. So they're hopeful that Sal will get through these next few days okay with the Nashville Sounds and could make a decision as soon as Friday.
Yeah, it's got to be about the throwing arm. I mean, he's a right fielder. He and Laura are probably going to spend a lot of time in right field the rest of the way. No issue with the swing of the bat. We saw him taking batting practice yesterday. He was raking before the game, so well, hopefully he gets back quickly.
Well, Brewers will have some decisions to make. Like tonight, Jake Bauers, who you cannot afford to have out of the lineup, plays right field when Vaughn is in the game at first base.
Nice problem to have, having too many really good outfielders, right? That can hit. It hasn't been the greatest of offensive seasons for Sal, but it'd be nice to get him back and swinging the bat.
Full count to Donovan, Mariners leadoff hitter. And back up the middle, Terang cannot make the play off of Pratt's glove as well. That would have been a base hit even if he comes up with it.
Donovan's 2 hits. Seeing eye base hits, one in the hole between first and second, this one up the middle. 2 infield hits for him. There's that cut fastball trying to get in on his hands, just didn't get it in far enough. And neither one of them a seeing eye single.
Here's a Rosarena. 4-0 Mariners, scoring 4 in the first inning. Rosarena singled, had a little flare to center field last inning. Hardest hit ball of the game was Canzone. He rifled a double in the gap for 2 runs. Mariners are a struggling offense, dead last in runs per game, under 4 runs per game, and just a little over 3 runs per game since the All-Star break.
And before the start of tonight's game, run differential for Seattle -45. Brewers now lead all of baseball in run differential after last night.
Yeah, they jumped ahead of the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They've outscored their opponents, the Brewers, by 158 runs.
And they would have been second in baseball without last night.
Dodgers are next at 143, so they're plus 15 over the Dodgers. who are in Colorado this week. 2-2 the count. Dustin May having a hard time getting the swing and miss right now. Does not have a whiff in his first 46 pitches of this game. Still nobody out. We're only in the second inning. And he hit him. Ask if he swung, he did not. And this is getting into some dangerous territory here for May. His pitch count is crazy high. Now 2 men are on with nobody out. And Pat Murphy,
wild outside the strike zone, wild inside the strike zone as well. And that was 96 and getting a piece of a Rosarina.
Oof. Right on the right forearm, it looked like.
Chest. Arm and chest.
Well, here's Canzone now. Drove in 2 with a double last inning.
And his strikes have been getting a lot of the plate. Pitches outside the strike zone have been missing badly.
Canzone pulls it foul. May has not had many games like this throughout the season. His first 2 starts of the year with the Cardinals, he gave up 6 earnings and 7 earned runs in each of those first 2 starts in his first 7 1/3 innings. And then he actually settled in and had a really nice run with the Cardinals. That's a little flare, and that is going to fall a base hit. Man, baseball gods are giving it back to the Mariners tonight.
Yeah.
Another flare. You got infield hits and flares falling everywhere.
Yeah, hitting them where they ain't. That's what the old timers used to say. Exactly what the Mariners are doing tonight.
Bases loaded, nobody out.
This one a bad pitch, a cutter in on him. He jams him, but able to fight it off and dump it into short left. Tough break.
Mariners have 6 hits. 5 of them have been under 90 miles an hour exit velo. But they all count as Rodriguez takes a sweeper for a strike. We are in a dangerous moment in the game already in the second inning. 4-0, bases loaded, nobody out. Late on it, fouls it away.
And Pat Murphy is saying to Dustin May, you're going to have to eat up some innings for us. There's nobody getting loose.
Yeah. Well, you're already pitching with 1 reliever short because the Brewers are in a 6-man rotation right now. Chad Patrick was up in the first inning. Here's a 1-2. Uh-oh. That's trouble. Back on it is Lara at the wall. He'll make the catch. Everybody tags. Another run will score. Rodriguez narrowly missed a grand slam right there.
And I thought he got it. Sounded like he got it.
5-0 Mariners. That's a first out of the second inning. Here's Josh Naylor. First ball swinging, fair ball. Bounces off the sidewall. 2 more runs are going to score. Naylor with a 2 RBI single. It is 7-0.
And Quinn Walcott jumping out of the way and still able to keep his eye on that baseball as it came close to being foul. You can't challenge a call like that that's in front of a base umpire. Not reviewable. That was close.
This is the ultimate payback. After being shut out 22-0 last night, the Mariners have scored 7 runs already.
He's barely over that bag at first.
Here's Cole Young. Well, I would imagine the thinking changes quite a bit now. How do you get to the finish line of this game? There's a lot of game left to try to come back, but you're dealing with one of the Mariners' best pitchers. This is not a game you go chasing. If it comes back to you, you take it, but you got a day game tomorrow.
That's the thing about this game of baseball. Last night was a tough one for Seattle. They flushed it. And players will tell you that it's a lot easier to get to sleep after a loss like last night than blowing a lead in the 9th. They come back fresh, start over. You can see what they've been able to do.
Broken bat on a hop. Turang out at second. Second out of the inning. Put out goes 4-6. Let's hear a message from Potawatomi Sportsbook.
When Potawatomi Sportsbook invited me, John Kuhn, to be their spokesperson, I had to join the team. Yes! Yeah! Potawatomi Sportsbook. Your sport, our stadium.
2 men are out. Here is Cal Raleigh. Mariners lost their opening game against the Astros this past weekend. Came back and won the next 2 and took 2 out of 3 from a team they are chasing in the American League West. First swing and miss.
Yep, a high
Mariner
fastball, 95 up out of the zone. He's just searching for some kind of a pitch that he can get by these guys.
Matching the most earned runs he's allowed in a game this year. 7 earned runs in Detroit in April in 3 1/3 innings. And he's having that kind of night. One and 2 to Raleigh. Raleigh pulls one foul. Mega play. Kept it in front. Fundamentals.
Can't just put anybody over there.
I mean, you got to put somebody who's going to put his body on the line.
There you go. Well done.
He was ready to take that one right in the chest if he had to. 1 and 2. Raleigh lays off. 65 pitches in the first 2 innings. How long will the Brewers let it ride with Dustin May?
You're going to need some innings out of him for sure.
Getting into a little bit of a danger zone here with all these pitches stacking up.
Yeah. Got to think long term.
Been exactly a week since his last start. Got that extra day's rest. A lot of starters, especially veteran starters, don't like that extra day. Normally pitching on the 5th day. He's pitching on the 7th. Gets a strikeout, but damage done. Dustin May having a rough day at the office. 7 runs are across. Christian Yelich ready to lead off. Ugly score to start this game. 7-0 Mariners. Better times last night. Remember that? Number 22, part of a 22-run effort. Toyota drive of the game. That was the game-breaking moment in the 5th. 3-run homer, doubled the score. Made it 6-0 in the 5th inning. Yelich unleashed for number 9.
Yeah, that was the dagger right there. Able to end that one. He decided to stick with a right-hander. They had 2 lefties getting loose, and Yelich took him deep. You like the Wayne Larrabee?
I like that
thing. Football's coming. Wayne Larrabee with the dagger. That's the dagger. Yeah.
It's a good one, Rock. Say hi to Wayne. He's one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 to Yelich. Played golf with Wayne Larrabee a few years ago. We should get a little group together.
Did you dagger him?
Me, you, Paschke, and Wayne Larrabee.
I'd do it.
Be nice.
You buying?
Of course. You must be feeling good about your game if you're willing to take it public. Like
Yeah.
that.
Well.
Yeah. Rumor is you almost had a hole-in-one the other day.
I did almost.
Speaking of buying.
Yeah, almost.
That would have cost you.
Doesn't count.
That was a good par, though.
Doing a golf. It was a golf outing. I mean, the ball landed like an inch from the cup.
Uh-huh.
And then rolled about 4 feet.
Nice little 2-putt for a par.
It was a scramble.
3-2.
Kate made the putt.
Yelich draws the walk. Ball 4 presented by Feltco. There's the start. Little putt. Maybe we'll take it out there with Wayne Larrabee. Was that where your hole-in-one was? Right there?
No. I need some putting help.
Okay.
You help me out, will you?
Yeah, you're a little jumpy. Just need a good beta blocker and get out there.
I'm one of those guys that feel like the hole's over once I'm on the green.
That's why you're so good in the scramble. There's no pressure. He's on the green, automatic 2-putt, go to the next
Pick
hole.
up.
Did he go? He did not. Prime golf weather right now in Milwaukee.
Yeah, it is.
Prime golf destination. Some of the best golf courses in the country right here in Wisconsin.
Yep. Going up to Stevens Point mid-September to play Century World.
Oh, very nice.
That's a nice track. Buddy Danny Rainbow running that operation up there, the pro.
All our friends at Aaron Hills. That is one of the world's best courses. If you're lucky, you might catch Dominic Catrone out there toting 2 bags for you. As Vaughn strikes out. Just don't be asking Dom about the Brewers when he's caddying. It's all business. You know, my favorite course is Blue Mountain, the Seth Rayner.
Yeah.
Famous old course.
You know somebody out there, do you?
I do. I know myself.
Yeah.
Love that place. Square greens.
I'm good at finding balls.
Yeah. Like a good caddy, he jumps out ahead of you and makes sure they're in play.
I'm going to need them.
He's a ball hawk. Luis Lara with a runner at first. Rock shows up when he's got a caddy and he's got 37 balls in his bag.
Bag's a lot lighter when I'm done.
Yeah, every 2 holes it gets a lot easier. Looks like Grant Anderson's going to come in the 3rd. Lara, center field, and Rodriguez makes a catch for the 2nd out. Brings up Joey Ortiz. Look at that sunset. Mango sunset.
Yeah.
That's part of the Wisco, the City Connect's color scheme.
Mango, not salmon.
Not salmon.
No.
Jacob Mizorowski will be sporting that City Connect jersey on Friday. How about that matchup Friday, Brock? Brewers, Braves, Miz against Chris Sale.
There'll be some swing and miss in that game.
Looking forward to that. Ball's hit well to left. Joey O sending it deep. Joey O sending it out of here. He stays hot. 2-run home run comes with 2 outs. Birdie hits the slide, and the Brewers are on the board. Number 7 for Ortiz.
And fastball middle in, he just turned on it. He's been doing a lot of that lately. Well, you show the league that you can take a pitch away and take it to right. They're going to start coming in on you. And Joey Ortiz taking advantage of that. Bangs that one off the wall out there and left.
He is turning into a tremendous story. Story of resilience. He plays great defense every night, whether it's short of third. And his bat has come alive the last 31 games. He's hitting over 340.
Yeah.
That's his 5th homer in the last 31 games.
Good for him. He just hung with him, didn't he?
Cooper Pratt returning from the IL. Bounces one over to third. And that is the inning. But Joey Ortiz puts the Brewers on the board. 2-run home run comes with 2 outs. One of the hottest hitters going. Stays that way. 7-2 Mariners as we go to the 3rd.
All at Brewers.com.
For every Brewers RBI, the Northwestern Mutual Foundation is funding 5 hours of childhood cancer research. Northwestern Mutual and the Brewers are proud to partner in curing childhood cancer. Here's Grant Anderson. He'll take over for Dustin May. And our Gruber Law Office's 1 call, that's all, call to the pen. May goes 2 innings, 7 hits, 7 earned runs. And matching his worst start of the year. Well, probably is his worst start, he'd tell you, but he'll have better days. He's had 2 terrific starts.
And innings, right? Well, Grant Anderson pitched last night, his scoreless 8th inning. Had a strikeout. I recalled back on August 14th from AAA, had 3 outings down in the minor leagues. Wasn't down there long, about a week.
May kind of pouring through this start. 7 hits, he walked 3. That is a lonely place on that mound when you can't find it. Just the command wasn't there. Some flare hits by the Mariners. And he called strike 3.
Yeah, right on that outside corner. Good job framing that pitch by Contreras. That comes into play now, framing for Contreras because they're out of challenges. Perfect pitch right on the outside corner.
Hyundai Pitchcast shows you right on the edge. And a strikeout for Grant Anderson. Here's Brock Rodden. Well, Brewers can restore a little order from their bullpen. Scored 22 runs last night, so they're still in it.
I think half of that's going to do it.
Yeah, good spinner in there for a strike. Anderson's pitching free and easy right now.
A tough angle to land that sweeper like that on the outside corner.
This will be a Grant Anderson, Bryce Wilson kind of day. See how much you can get out of them. There's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks And Anderson gassed him up to 95 miles an hour.
Sweeper away, fastball to get him on strikes. At the top of the zone, the sweeper at the bottom of the zone, fastball up. Way behind it and underneath.
Because the Brewers scored 9 runs off Rivas last night, they were able to take Anderson out of the game and have Gary Sanchez, a position player, finish the game. Sanchez preserved the shutout last night, but it meant Anderson could come back today. Probably try to get a couple of innings out of him. Wilson can go multiples, and then you see if the offense can fight their way back in it, get within striking distance, and then make your decision about the rest of the way.
Yeah, you got to put up some zeros though to start.
One ball, 2 strikes. Brendan Donovan laid on it, fouls it away. Good news for the Brewers is because last night was a piggyback game with 2 starters gobbling up most of the innings, with Harrison and then Drowan, who pitched down the bullpen. They took care of 7 innings. Anderson was the only reliever technically that threw last night among those who are in the bullpen tonight. Day game tomorrow. I'm sure Sanchez will make himself available if needed. Hope it doesn't get to that point.
Yeah, right. I don't want to see that.
The Mariners position player gave up 9 earnings. Brewers position player put up a 0. And made last night's score historic, matching the largest margin of victory in a shutout in the history of the game.
22-0, and the first time a home team was able to do it. He only batted 8 times, right? 22 runs in 8 innings.
It was coming fast and furious.
That was yesterday, and we're in the midst of a potential comeback. Let's see if they can do it.
I like it. Brewers broke their franchise record for margin of victory last night as well. It had been 20. Brewers had a game in Toronto where they won 22-2 back in the 90s. And then I remember the one in Pittsburgh in 2010 when they beat them 20-0. Donovan draws a walk. On base for the 3rd time and batting for the 3rd time in the first 3 innings. So a 2-out base runner. Here is Randy Arozarena. Single and a walk. He scored twice. Former Rookie of the Year, Randy Arozarena.
Batter challenging the call of a strike.
This isn't even close. This is clearly a strike.
I mean, is he trying to make William feel better?
This is a bad decision.
Seriously.
Call on the field is confirmed. Seattle has 1 challenge remaining.
What are these guys doing right now?
Well, he's laughing about it, I guess. I mean, okay. Wow.
Good thing they're not umpires. Did Contreras do a reverse frame on that one?
Made it look bad to fool him.
I don't know if that's really happening or not, but I've been told it has been discussed, and there are some catchers that will reverse frame. They'll make solid strikes look like balls to try to get that. There's a strikeout. Anderson strikes out 3 in the 3rd, restoring some order. 7-2 Mariners. We go to the bottom of the third inning. The top of the order is coming up.
Brewers and Mariners back here in the third inning at American Family Field. Joey Ortiz has homered. Our time now to check in with Rick Schlesinger, the Brewers president of business operations. And Rick, still a lot left to look forward to here the rest of the way, looking ahead to the postseason. And we're even looking ahead to the 2027 season, and season seat members have an opportunity to renew packages, or if you're interested in becoming a new season seat member, you could place a deposit and get this Christian Yelich bat.
Yeah, $100 deposit on a season ticket package for 27 with 2 full seats gets you this bat. Obviously the famous bat that Yelich hit 2 home runs in honor of Bob Uecker. So obviously a lot of excitement for 26, but always looking ahead. And speaking of excitement, Friday, Chris Sale versus Mizrowski, epic pitching matchup at 3:10 start, unusual start, but tickets are going very fast. Once we announced that Miz was starting, as you can imagine, people are excited. So we're looking forward to that game.
Yeah, always a huge response, a huge event anytime Jacob Mizrowski is on the mound. Important note on that 3:10 start time. And then looking ahead to Saturday as well, a 1:10 p.m. first pitch, and also another great giveaway honoring Hank Aaron.
Yeah, the Hank Aaron retro jersey, number 44 for his years with the Brewers. And then we got on a plane and we go to Williamsport for the Little League Classic. So it'll be kind of fun to play in front of 2,500 Little Leaguers on Sunday against the Braves, and then on to New York.
All right, Rick, thanks so much for the time. Again, a season seat member deposit will get you that Christian Yelich replica bat, and certainly a lot to look forward to this weekend, guys. Jacob Mizrowski and Chris Sale here Friday afternoon.
Yeah, the Braves are coming in. That is going to be a big-time series.
And the shadows to boot, right?
Yeah, that's right. 3 o'clock start.
As if those guys need any help.
Yeah, we might see a little history on Friday. Bryce Terang lays the bat on it. Lazy fly ball to left. And out number 1. Well, Jacob Mizrowski and Chris Sale, 2 of the best in the game. Sale, the left-hander, he's having another terrific year. 12 wins, a 2.16 ERA. Miz has just been across the board one of the best pitchers in baseball this year. He leads the National League in most of those categories.
That's a lot of punch-outs between those 2 guys. Goodness.
Sale is fully back. Had some injury problems as a member of the Red Sox.
Gonna be fun.
Sale won the Cy Young Award 2 years ago.
Runs are going to be hard to come by.
Mizrowski is the favorite to win the Cy Young Award this year.
Yeah.
Churio batting with 1 away. Up the middle, and it's gloved by Rodden. No chance to get Churio, and that'll be an infield hit.
Yeah, maybe the worms turn a little bit. I mean, you know, if they seeing eye ground ball up the middle, Rodden able to knock it down and keep it in the glove, but no chance to get him out. Let's see if Bowers can knock one out of here. Make this thing interesting. Good job on the breaking pitch. Sure were able to beat it at first base.
Here's Jake Bowers. As good as Joey Ortiz has been, and the numbers are huge for Ortiz, he's having a hard time getting the headlines because Bowers has been a little bit better. Sitting on a 20-game on-base streak is Jake Bowers with an OPS during that streak over 1,100. He's at 382 during the on-base streak. Comes in 3rd in the National League in on-base percentage, 4th in OPS.
And doing really well against lefties. Batting average near 290 against lefties.
That's kept him in the lineup every day, which has helped with the volume numbers. Gilbert drops a changeup in for a strike. 1-2 on Bowers. OPS leaders, look at those names. Shohei, Pete Crow Armstrong, that's probably a 2-horse race for MVP. Bowers is 4th. Down he goes, though. That's a split finger fastball.
Yeah, when he leaves that splitter down there, I mean, it's almost unhittable. Just a little bit below the knees. Brewers took advantage of some splitters that were about mid-thigh high yesterday, but not that one. That was a dandy.
So 2 outs. It's the 3rd strikeout for Gilbert. Here is Contreras. Swung at the first pitch his last time up. Ball and a strike on the Brewer catcher. Brewers hit 4 homers last night, 4th time with 4 or more homers, but it hadn't happened since early June. Had a 4-homer game against the Athletics back in June. Remember those games in Vegas. Had a 5-homer game against the Rockies on June 6th.
And they made the home runs count. They had 3 different 3-run homers.
See that Contreras tried to challenge that.
Again.
Not remembering that he used up all the challenges in the first inning. So 1-2 is the count. So does Contreras, the hitter, yell at Contreras, the catcher, for using up his challenges?
Somebody should yell.
Somebody's got to get a talking to.
Let's go here.
Runner at first, 2 outs. And Contreras fouls it off.
And catchers are always in the crosshairs of these challenges, right? These ABS challenges. Pitchers are allowed to, but a lot of teams, I think, including the Brewers, not allowed to, challenge ball strikes. Comes down to Sanchez and Contreras.
Well, we found out early that a good catcher who can frame and make balls look like strikes, you're actually tricking your own pitcher. Pitchers out there tapping on their hat. Man, that looked good. And then they were balls. So most pitchers do not challenge or are not allowed to challenge. There are a few.
Really just catchers and hitters, right?
Brian Wu had a challenge, one of the Mariners starters last week. Had him in a TBS game. It kind of surprised us. He was right. 2-2. And a ground ball to Cole Young. And the inning is over. So Gilbert puts up a 0. It is 7-2. Mariners lead it. We go to the 4th inning. Milwaukee Brewers baseball is presented by Miller Lite. Taste you can depend on. And by Northwestern Mutual. Discover a better way to money at northwesternmutual.com. Photo day earlier today. The great Scott Paulus, one of the best sports photographers in the world.
Well, he's been around a while, hasn't he?
I mean, there's an art to getting that many alpha males to stand still.
There he is.
There's Scott.
Hasn't aged a bit over the years.
Still looking for Ken Rosenthal, though. Be careful, Ken. That's a military veteran right there. Better watch yourself. That's all good. Water under the bridge. Here's DL Hall, Rock. He's out there after Grant Anderson. He's got the 4th inning.
Pitched on Sunday against the Dodgers.
And he walked Canzone on 4 pitches. Photo day. Sophia, were you invited to photo day? Did you make an appearance?
Absolutely not. But Tony Migliaccio, his 49th team photo day.
Oh my goodness.
49.
Tony Miggs.
He could have a whole wall of just team photos.
Yeah. I mean, next year's team photo day, we got to remember that, Sophia. That's going to be number 50. That's crazy.
And still doesn't have a gray hair in his head. He has not changed a bit.
Yeah, he's not that old. He was a bat boy, is why he's got 49 photo days in.
I remember Tony as a bat boy, then he was assistant clubhouse guy under Sully. Yeah, he's been around a long time. Good old Tony. He should write a book.
Oh man, could he ever? If you don't know the name Tony Migliaccio, he's also the guy that was always in the Bob Uecker using his commercials.
Yeah, right.
Remember, he was the
I hate off days.
Yeah, you kind of brought him along. And noted thespian Tony Miggs. 49 photo days.
Whew. And that's something.
That's incredible. Think of all the players. Talk about the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. It's like the 2 degrees of Tony Miggs.
I know Tony was around when I was playing.
He's a good man. 1-2 to Julio Rodriguez, and DL Hall misses with that one. Slider. Brewers have had a couple of former bat boys go on to greatness, including Tom Flanagan, who runs the Brewers minor league system. Deep institutional knowledge. Ground ball to third, chance for 2 here. Fire to second, out throw to first, not in time. Close play. 2 good throws by Ortiz and Terang.
And Rodriguez gets down that line in good shape. He's busted it down that line. You're not going to turn 2 around the horn with a 2-hopper to third base on that, not to get that guy. Busting it down that line.
One away for Josh Naylor. I feel like we were just talking about a game that you played in last night. You didn't play in the game last night. We were talking about the game you played in during the festivities last night.
Right.
And your team got up 7-0.
I was with the Angels at the time.
That's right.
It was 1990.
You were the Angels.
I was with the Angels. We had a 7-0 lead on the Brewers at County Stadium. Bert Blyland was on the mound. He was pitching for the Angels. Didn't get out of the 5th inning.
Oh no! Hall of Famer.
The Brewers went on to win 20-9.
Wow. And
Donnie Hill came in to pitch at the end of the game for the Angels. Struck Rob Deere out, I think, a couple of times.
Position player on the mound.
Yeah.
I mean, you and Rob Deere are pretty good friends.
So Bert Blyleven started for the Angels. Bill Kruger started for the Brewers. He didn't last long.
You had a couple of ribbies in that game, Rod.
Hit a homer.
That's a good day. 1 for 4, 2 RBIs.
Yeah. And gave up 20 runs.
20-7.
No, it was 20-7.
20. The final score was 20-7. You guys were up 7-0 in the going into the bottom of the 3rd. They had a 13-run inning.
Yeah, right.
July 8th, 1990.
Yeah. I think it was right before the All-Star break.
Did you and Rob Deere have a conversation?
Well, he was dragging his bat up right late in the game.
He's got a position player pitching.
Yeah, right. Donnie Hill.
Yeah.
Middle infielder. Not a big guy. Lobbing the ball in there, and she's literally dragging his bat up to the plate saying, Rock, if this guy strikes me out, I'm going to die. 3 pitches, he went down swinging.
That's great. Naylor, fly ball to center for Lara.
So it was 20-7, not 20-9, huh?
Yeah, that was the final. 20-7.
Oh.
You guys got shut out after your big start.
We got skunked at the end. Yeah.
I had a game in the minor leagues where my team, San Antonio, was ahead 9-0 in the 9th inning over the Jackson Generals. Remember them? Astros affiliate. 9-0 in the 9th inning. Jackson, who had Lance Berkman on that team, scored 10 runs in the bottom of the 9th.
Crazy stuff. You just never know, do you?
In the words of the late great John Sterling, that's baseball, Susan. Feels like that tonight after what we saw last night. You just never know in this game. (2-0) with 2 outs. 3-0 now to Cole Young.
So what you're saying is the Mariners had a 7-0 lead early.
That's kind of what I'm, laying the
so maybe
laying the turf.
20 unanswered runs for the Brew Crew coming up.
Tilling up the soil just in case you want to plant some seeds in here. Set the stage for a comeback. That's a strike. 3-1. Fly ball to left, long run for Churio. He's got it. Nice running catch, slams up against the wall. And the inning is over. D.L. Hall puts up a 0. July 8, 1990. You got to manifest it right now. Brewers down 7-2.
To discover.
Drone Cam presented by UW Credit Union. Why is the moon moving like that, Rock?
Going quick.
That's the drone, that's why. The drone's moving. I mean, the moon's moving and the earth is moving. We're all moving. What kind of gibbous was that?
I'm not up on my gibbous. I think it's a waning gibbous.
Is that right?
That's been that long ago we had full moon, right?
Whatever wax must wane.
I'll take that as a yes.
It's a Bon Iver line. One of my favorites. Christian Yelich on the ground, off the glove of Naylor, and Yelich is going to reach. All right, there's a start. Brewers down 7-2. We're only in the 4th. Second time Yelich has been on. He's got a walk and a single.
The second time the Brewers have had an infield hit, so there have been a few of those in this game by both teams. That was a slider that didn't do a whole lot. Yelich hit it hard down the line. Naylor just couldn't handle it.
It had so much topspin on it. Here's Andrew Vaughn. Kind of getting into the territory when you get a man on. If the Brewers can connect and hit one out, it changes the tone of the game a little bit. Brewers not a big home run hitting team, even though they hit 4 last night. But Vaughn's got plenty of pop. Squaring up Gilbert is a bigger challenge, but he has given up a lot of homers this year.
Yep, 20 now. That slider, you can see the dot on it. It's really not doing much, is it? Not breaking much. I think it's the speed that's fooling the Brewer hitters. Cutter's moving more than the slider.
Runs per game. The Brewers, despite the lack of homers, still averaging 5 runs per game, 4th most. Nationals have led in that category most of the year. If they had any pitching at all, they would be dangerous. Cubs got shut out today. They're on that list. White Sox shut them out 3-0 this afternoon. Good take by Vaughn. Jose Urquidy started for Chicago today and beat Clay Holmes. Courtesy toss. Urquidy came out of the pen, actually went 6 innings out of the bullpen today. There's Vaughn, fly ball to left. Did he get it? Arozarena with room. Just missed it.
Got under it a little bit.
And 1 away here as Yelich retreats. Got it on the barrel, but didn't have that power swing Had him out in front a little bit on the breaking ball.
And that slider's not moving much, is it? For Gilbert. But the speed, I think, is throwing the Brewers off a bit.
There's Luis Lara. Hit his first major league homer last night. Never mind, it was off the position player. Still counts. Lara hit 9 homers in AAA this year. Switch hitter. More power from the right side. And we'll put the tag on Lara. Out number 2, Yelich to second base. Here comes Joey Ortiz. He launched a 2-run homer in the second. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Barreled it. Left the bat at 108.
Fastball middle in. He just turned on it, didn't he? Beautiful swing. Pulled the hands in, barreled it up, and lined it out of here to left.
And a 2-run homer in Los Angeles last Saturday.
He started, the season. He's up to 250 now. It's been an amazing turnaround for Ortiz.
Trying to pick up an RBI here with 2 outs. Brewers need everyone they can get at this point. Down 7-2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mariners scored 4 in the first, 3 in the second. Ortiz hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the second. Joey O was hitting 188 as we hit June 1st. It is hard to come back from that kind of start. All credit to Joey Ortiz. Mental monster.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the mental makeup of a guy that's able to do that.
Gilbert strikes him out. Got him with a splitter. Inning is over. Brewers strand a runner at second. And we are on our way to the 5th inning. 7-2. The Mariners lead the Brew Crew.
Back at American Family Field, and BCF will host its annual online ultimate auction now through August 28th. You can visit brewers.com/BCF to bid on a number of premier items and experiences in BCF's ultimate auction, and that is presented by BCF's Leadership Council.
All right, Sophia, thank you. First ball swinging, Cal Raleigh. Major league pop-up right there. Finally comes down into the mid of Churio. And out number 1 here. DL Hall back on the mound, starts his 2nd inning. Struggled with his command in the 4th, but got through it. Worked around a leadoff walk. 1 pitch and 1 out. Here's Taylor Ward. Had a 2 RBI single in the first. He is just back today after he missed 5 games. Did not go on the IL. Leg soreness was the official reason given by the Mariners.
Good pitch right there, rocking the boat. Fastball before that at the knees. This one up at the top of the zone.
And a called strike 3.
Yep, curveball.
DL Hall picks up his first strikeout.
I always know when DL is feeling good, when he's working quickly. Getting it and going, not messing around, not overthinking. Big breaker at the top of the strike zone.
Hall missed 7 weeks. A pectoral strain on the left side, his throwing side. He missed 48 games. Made a few starts last year with the Brewers. Mostly out of the pen, and he's been a reliever this year. Can give you those occasional openers if you need it. He had a lat strain last year, the injury on the back of the left side, and then the pectoral strain this year. Brewers got him from the Baltimore Orioles with Joey O for Corbin Burns.
One of the guys down in that bullpen that can give Pat Murphy, 2-3 innings. You got Bryce Wilson down there, Chad Patrick. It was a benefit, this time of year, particularly in a game like this, when your starter only goes 2 innings.
Dustin May, 2 innings, 7 runs in his 3rd start as a Brewer. His first 2 were excellent. Got a win at his first start as a Brewer. Have to dust that one off. There's a wave and a miss. Rodden chases one. And a running toss by Contreras to secure the strikeout. 3 up, 3 down, couple of Ks in a 10-pitch inning for DL Hall. Cooper Pratt will lead the way.
Living life to the fullest. Get a $10 bucket of the day from KFC.
Brewers and Mariners back here. Cooper Pratt up to bat. Just a 1-day rehab assignment for him in Appleton with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. He said he played 7 innings of defense, got his 3 at-bats, and good enough to be activated and here today. And after that mild hamstring strain, and B.A. Rock, I was talking to him. He said it was kind of like a full circle moment because it was just 2 years ago he was playing with the Timber Rattlers as a Brewers prospect, and he said, I remember making that jump from low A in Carolina to Wisconsin and high A, and he said it felt like such a big jump at the time, maybe the biggest of his minor league career as he flies out there. And he said it was kind of crazy to be back there, and he said, and now that he's been in the big leagues for about 2 months, he said, it feels so much smaller, it feels so much slower. He had a great time there, though, a great experience, and yes, he bought a spread for the team, went with the Chipotle. He's like, and now the guys are giving me a hard time for buying Chipotle for the T-Rats, but he said he had a great day there. But I mean, really interesting perspective from him. Just 2 years ago he was there playing as a prospect, and now here he is.
Yeah, it can change fast. That's a great story, and I'm glad to hear he bought the spread. You knew
what did
he
they
would
expect,
do
like steaks or something, or what?
I remember one year we had a pitcher come back. Remember Ramon Martinez, Pedro's brother? He came back. He bought the whole team Outback. Yeah, steaks and baked potatoes.
Nice.
Now that's a big league spread.
Remember Michael Jordan bought him a new bus.
He did. They still have it. They're still driving it in Birmingham.
Now that's a gift.
The gift that keeps on giving, Clark.
Right, man.
Yep, a bus.
But these minor league guys, after games, I don't know how it is now, but back in my day, and anyway, we're talking about the the 80s, early 80s. The post-game spread were hot dogs that were left over from the concession stand.
Oh, delicious.
Nice and cold.
Sitting in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's changed now.
Come a long way, haven't they?
Had to be a weird moment for Cooper Pratt.
Yeah.
And yesterday was his birthday, 22nd birthday. He's probably around the same age as most of the players there. And yet he's an established big leaguer now. He's the everyday shortstop of a team with the best record in the game. Drake breaks his bat, and Young makes the play. That bat head helicopters over the head of Gilbert.
I remember, in the minor leagues, I think the biggest jump that I felt was the biggest jump was from A ball to double A. If you get out of A ball, you're considered a prospect. You have a chance. You have a chance to get to Triple A and then maybe into the big leagues. But I thought that was a big leap going from high A. I was in Stockton, going to El Paso in Double A. And I felt as though that was big time.
Yeah, now you're a step away.
Yeah.
There's another 22-year-old, Jackson Churio. And he lines one to left, a base hit. Brewers get a little more activity on the bags. Had a runner on in every inning. Churio with his second hit of the game.
That was a cutter that was on the inside corner. I don't think that's where Gilbert wanted it. Check out Churio, able to pop those hips open. The knob of the bat leads the barrel, and he hits a bullet into left. That's just a nice swing by Jackson.
See if Jake Bauers can come up with something here with 2 outs. 7-2 Mariners. Wisconsin Lottery home run leaderboard. Bowers with 22. Career high for Jake. Career year for Jake. Trying to extend an on-base streak to 21. There goes Chourio. Pitch is in the dirt. Throw it out to second. He's late. Chourio with a stolen base, and he is wincing.
All right.
Standing on the bag. That's not a good sign.
No.
Oh, I think he went knee to knee with Rodden. Let's see if we can see it here. Left knee. No, he didn't. Yeah, he just stuck it in the ground.
Yeah, left knee just kind of stuck in the ground, didn't move for a second, and right there, yeah, kind of the way it twists.
Ooh. Well, that's not a good look. Late in the season in a game like this.
And right there, you can see a little hyperextension. Hopefully, he stays in the game.
Says he's all right. He's at least made an argument to stay in the game, and that's a good sign. So Chourio with 2 hits and now a stolen base. Stolen base number 12 for Chourio. Murph's all smiles.
Yeah, he can smile now. He wasn't smiling a minute ago.
See if Bowers can bring in a run. Base hit should score him with 2 away. That's a strike. Right on the corner with a slider.
Yeah.
Bowers is 0 for 2. He squared one up in the first. He lined out to the shortstop. He was playing right behind the bag. Gilbert struck him out last time up. And he got him. Gilbert again on the splitter, strikes out Bowers. Inning is over. Brewers strand a runner at second. It is still 7-2 Mariners. We go to the 6th.
We're back in American Family Field, and this was a great moment earlier today. The Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, and there is Sawyer Strohsnyder, who is the Brewers' number 17 prospect. His first career home run with the Timber Rattlers, making his professional debut with the T-Rats, and his father caught his first career home run, and his dad has it on video. So that is Sawyer's dad's point of view from the outfield. He crashed a private party deck to get out there. Sawyer apparently told the media that his dad is a very nervous watcher, so he likes to run around the ballpark, and he found himself out there in the outfield, and there was a photo of them, father and son, together. So very cool moment there. Can you guys imagine catching your son's first professional home run?
That was incredible.
Yeah, right. What are the odds of that?
You got a challenge here. The Donovan challenging this call, which is a ball.
All on the field is overturned. Seattle has 1 challenge remaining.
And the count goes to 1-1. So I don't know, you couldn't hear at the end there, but he's yelling, "That's my son," as he caught that ball. Strohsnyder, as Sophia mentioned, a second rounder this year out of TCU. Native Texan, and what a start.
Yeah, no kidding. And what a moment for Dad. Catching his kid's first homer. Wow.
He had a lot of them in college. Brewers are loaded in their minor league system. They got talent everywhere.
Their future is bright, not just in the minor leagues, but here, a very young team here in Milwaukee.
Full count to Donovan. D.L. Hall pitching in his 3rd inning. His This would be big if he could get this inning started. There is activity in the bullpen right now. Bryce Wilson is loosening. And Donovan draws the walk. Been on 4 times tonight. 2 hits, 2 walks. Listen to the end of this from Sawyer's dad.
Hey, that's my son!
It's good. He crashed a party on the party deck.
Yeah.
That's a great ballpark there in Appleton, by the way. Not too far from Milwaukee.
No, I've been there a couple of
A
times.
little over an hour and a half, and that's a great hang.
Matt Erickson spent many years managing in Appleton.
Yeah, he's from there too, from the Fox Valley. A football star in high school was Matt Erickson. Uncle Rico. Throw that football over a mountain. Bouncing ball. Turang will take it himself. Double play. And now a chance for DL Hall to maybe finish off this inning and give him 3. He's trying to chew up innings at this point.
And you put the ball on the ground with this really good infield, you're going to be in good shape.
Charlie Green, bullpen coach, tells Bryce Wilson to simmer down. The lefty Canzone up, and a wave and a miss. Two and one. Mariners chasing the Astros in the American League West. Astros are in first place in the AL West, and they are 500, 63 and 63. They've lost 3 in a row. Mariners won 2 out of 3 from them on the last 2 games of that series. The Rangers are 2 games under 500, just a game back, and then the Mariners 8 games under, yet 4 games back in their division.
Yeah.
Their schedule lightens up significantly the rest of the way. In the wild card race, the Mariners have a lot of teams to leapfrog, but they're 3 back. Hall comes back, gets a strikeout, power sinker, and has given the Brewers 3 scoreless innings now with 4 Ks, make it 3 Ks.
Yeah, Friday, August 28th, Cole Swindell rocks the ballpark after the Brewers game. All fans are invited to stay for the show or purchase a VIP field pass to get close to the stage. Plus, fans who buy a special ticket get a Brewers belt buckle. Get your seats at brewers.com/tickets.
Nice.
Cole Swindell.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Big fan. Spanish Moss. You know who's fired up about that? Stage manager, Hall of Famer Renee Hoffman. She's dialed in.
Yeah, she's a big concert goer. Yeah.
Likes the country and western.
What's not to like?
Get your tickets. Brewers Rangers in a dogfight to try to get to the postseason. Logan Gilbert, pitch number 90 here as he pitches into the 6th inning. Brewers have been knocking at the door. They've had runners in scoring position each of the last 2 innings. Matter of fact, Gilbert stranded a runner at second base 3 times in this game. 2-run homer by Joey Ortiz in the 2nd, responsible for the 2 runs.
Yeah, Brewers 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position tonight.
Luzardo and Sir Anthony Dominguez. Two the count. 3-2. Brewers have a quick road trip coming after the Braves series ends, which will end in Williamsport. just that Sunday game, that Sunday night game on ESPN. A 3-game series in New York against the Mets, and then the Brewers are right back against the Rangers. So schedule frees up a little too. Contreras draws the walk. All right, good start. Brewers keep a little bit of pressure on Gilbert. Brewers will have 3 games at Citi Field against the Mets. They started around 16 straight games, but a lot of home games and very little travel in that group. Easy travel dates to Chicago and Cincinnati. Chicago's a bus trip. And Cincinnati's a short flight, less than an hour. So they've kind of plowed through the tough part of the schedule as far as travel goes. Obviously, 7 games against the Cubs is going to determine the National League Central. 4 at Wrigley, 3 in Milwaukee, and that all happens in a 10-day span. 7 games against the Cubs.
And the Cubs are here on Labor Day for a 3-game series.
Labor Day is a day game, a 1:10 start, and then 2 night games against the Cubs on that Tuesday and Wednesday, September 7, 8, and 9. It's going to be a wild scene here.
Let's see if Yelich can get this crowd going here.
That's what he did last night.
Long ball gets the Brewers right back in it.
He hit a towering home run last night. Normally Yelich is a line drive home run hitter when he hits them. But he skied that ball in the deep right center.
This is the pitch to do it on right here. 3-1.
Got Contreras at first. Gilbert nearing the end. Bullpen activity. Guessing Dan Wilson won't hesitate to pull the trigger tonight as he did last night.
Yeah, waited a bit too long last night. 1 hitter too long.
Hitters count. See what Gilbert has in mind for Yelich. It's a strike.
Change up. How about that? Hasn't thrown many of those, has he? Showing a number of them to Yelich in this at bat.
4 of them actually in the 5-pitch sequence. And Yelich late on the fastball. Tough to dial up 97 when you've seen 84-mile-an-hour changeups coming your way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, everything away until that fastball in. Yelich did a good job just getting a piece of it.
Yelich has been on twice. He walked and singled. 3rd at bat against Gilbert. Brewers need something here. This crowd has been eager to cheer. Mariners with 4 in the first inning have quieted down this big crowd. Yelich chance. And Yelich draws the walk.
That's going to be it right there for Gilbert, I would imagine.
Back-to-back walks. Dan Wilson up the stairs and to the mound. And now the Brewers get into that Mariners bullpen, which has really struggled since the All-Star break. So Gilbert, 5+ innings. Had a 7-0 lead to work with. He won't be happy about that. See if the Brewers can take advantage. Mounting something here in the 6th. 7-2 Mariners. They got out 7-0. Ortiz with a 2-run homer for Brewers in the 2nd, and now the Brewers have 2 on and nobody out with Andrew Vaughn coming up. And it's going to be Edward Bazardo on the mound for the Mariners.
Yeah, 2 inherited runners. He's allowed only 13 of 34 inherited runners to score so far this year. He's been good.
Ooh, almost hit Vaughn.
Hasn't allowed an earned run in his last 6 appearances. Last pitch on the 16th.
Found it unusual that Dan Wilson had Bazardo and Sir Anthony Dominguez
that a lot,
warming up at the same time.
Did it last night with 2 lefties.
On takes a spinner for a strike. There's a sweeper. I'm sure Wilson was hoping Gilbert could get through 6 with a sizable lead. But back-to-back walks to start this inning. On late on it, fouls it away.
And basically sweeper fastball for Bizzardo. He's been good lately.
Sharply hit center field, a base hit. Matt Erickson will hold Contreras. And a setup for a big inning. 2 walks and a single. They're loaded with nobody out.
Well, he turned on that heater, didn't he? Up in the zone. Apparently looking for it and able to barrel it up. There's the fastball up. Able to center on it and line it hard into center. That's a nice swing by Andrew Vaughn.
No sense in testing it here. Down 5. Now the Brewers in a moment. Here's Luis Lara. Takes a strike.
You don't want to be making out from the bases down by 5.
How about the 2 strike success in this inning?
All 3 batters this inning had 2 strikes on them. And they all reached.
The 0-1. Lara looks at a strike. Spins out of there. That was his wheelhouse there. Brewers leaning on the 21-year-old rookie. Oh, 0-2 the count. Nobody out. And he's gone. A strikeout. Out number 1.
Yeah, went up the ladder on him that time. Just couldn't hold up. Way up out of the zone, about shoulder high.
Here's Joey Ortiz. 2-run homer in the second. Turned around a fastball. And a strike. Well, Bizzardo is starting to paint right now.
He's pounding his own, isn't he?
He's thrown 8 pitches, 7 for strikes. Since the start of last year, no big leaguer has had more plate appearances with the bases loaded than Joey O. 47th plate appearance with the bases loaded. 1 ball, 1 strike to him. And that misses.
Just close. Not missing by much, is he?
Had Dexter Kelly, the home plate umpire, rocking a little bit.
Yeah, and with no challenges, you're at the mercy of the umpire.
Ferrer's the lefty, preparing for Turang, you would think. And now Raleigh's on his way out. This could be the ball game right here this inning. The Brewers, a golden opportunity against Gilbert in the second inning. Tried to sneak a fastball by him, and Joey O is ready.
Fastball inside, middle in. He turned on it. Got the Brewers on the board.
7th home run of the year. His 5th home run in the last 31 games. Has the 1 grand slam. The Brewers still without a grand slam this year. Tying run is on deck. 2 balls and a strike. Waves at a sweeper. And it's 2-2. Smart pitch. Yeah. I'm sure Raleigh knew Joey Ortiz was gearing up for the heater. Now you got to fight with 2 strikes. 2-2. Right idea. And they're in Sophia territory.
Little defensive swing just to stay alive. Perfect pitch on the outside corner. This guy's dotting the corners right now. Everything in this at bat away.
2-2. Bizzardo, and that misses badly. Boy, there's some pressure on this pitch right now. You know Ortiz is feeling the pressure, but the Brewers are down by 5. Bizzardo on that Venezuelan team that won the WBC. He's been in big moments. He's staring at one right now. Fans on their feet. Full count, 1 out, bases loaded. And Ortiz, right center, on the run, and making the catch is Canzone. Deep enough to score a run. 3rd RBI for Ortiz on a sac fly, but 2 outs now.
That was a good at bat by Joey. I mean, he had to battle hard. He was down in the count 1-2. Able to get a pitch he liked. He hit it hard, but right at Canzone.
And now the Brewers look to the rookie shortstop Cooper Pratt to deliver with 2 outs. Let's watch his first pitch. Pratt's been known to ambush. And he takes a strike. Oh, it hits Yelich in the helmet. And he's going to advance to 3rd base. Let's hope Yelich is all right. Good thing he had the helmet on.
Yeah. Well, you wonder what Cal Raleigh's doing right there. I mean, why mess around with that? You're up by 4 runs.
Made an error last night. Dropped the ball. Now a throwing error here.
Big secondary lead, but Yelich wasn't going anywhere. Now he's at 3rd base. Trying to make something out of nothing was Cal Raleigh there.
Ooh. Now a wild pitch, a pass ball comes into play here. Brewers need as many runs as they can squeeze out of this inning right now. Pratt just back from the injured list today. Just had that 1 game in Appleton and Single A last night. 1st and 3rd, 2 outs. Yeah, good take. 2 balls and a strike now.
Anyway, on here, you get Turang to the plate.
Got a lefty in the bullpen. Ferrer. This figures to be Bizzardo's last hitter. And a strike. It's his best fastball yet. 97 right at the bottom of the strike zone. Well, Brewers have had some good success here with 2 strikes. 2 hits, a walk, and a sac fly have all come with 2 strikes. 2-2 on Pratt, and we got him. Well, Brewers only get 1. Had bases loaded, nobody out. Bizzardo comes in to quiet it down. It's 7-3. We go to the 7th. Grant Anderson had a strikeout in the 3rd inning. That means you score a free scoop of fresh frozen custard. Visit culvers.com/Brewers. Sign into delicious rewards. You can redeem your free scoop of fresh frozen custard with any order through tomorrow at participating Wisconsin Culver's locations. Bryce Wilson on the mound for the Brewers now. Brewers get 1 in the bottom of the 6th. It's a 7-3 game. And he'll try to continue this theme of the bullpen, keeping the Mariners at 7 runs here. Anderson, DL Hall have done their part, and now it's Bryce.
Yeah, he last pitched on Friday against the Dodgers. Struck out the side in his inning. That was the 8th inning on Friday against the Dodgers. He's had an interesting season.
He's picked up a lot of miles and a lot of suitcases packed for Team Wilson.
He signed with the Brewers as a free agent on July 10th, designated for assignment on August 8th.
Big chopper by Rodriguez. And it's Pratt. Got to hurry this throw. He does so. Nice play by the rookie. 1 away in the 7th. Wilson started with the Phillies. Pitched most of the year in AAA with them, and then to the Cubs briefly.
DFA'd by the Brewers on the 8th. Re-signed with the Brewers on August 11th, and here he is again.
Facing Josh Naylor. He's been pitching really well for the Brewers.
Yes, he has.
The day he got DFA'd in the previous game, he went 4 innings in that game. Hard hit ball to left. Naylor with a knock. It's his 2nd hit of the game.
Hey, score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies. We've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Brewers, the official source for your Brewers gear.
Everybody swagged out tonight. Here's Cole Young.
First hit for the Mariners since the 2nd inning.
Yeah, they had a couple of base runners via the walk. Hall goes 3 innings. Anderson had a scoreless 3rd. DL struck out 3, walked 2 in his 3 scoreless innings with no hits. All the damage done against Dustin May tonight. Rough start for Dustin. He'll bounce back. Just 2 innings tonight, 7 earned runs. Three and 0. Strike.
It was interesting watching May today. I mean, his strikes were getting a lot of the plate. Balls out of the strike zone, he was missing badly.
Brewers still maintain the best record in the majors, ahead of the Dodgers and the Braves. It's a close race, though. Twins beat the Braves today, 6-4 in Minnesota. There's the swing and a miss. Look at Wilson coming back from 3-0. Strikes out Cole Young. That's his first K, out number 2.
Cutter at the top of the zone. Fell behind 3-0. Fastball, fastball, cutter to get him.
Here's Cal Raleigh. First ball swinging, a foul pop. So the Braves losing in Minnesota. The Dodgers are in Colorado tonight. They're already up 4-0. Mookie Betts is homered. Dodgers are 76-51. Brewers are 3 games up in the loss column to the Dodgers. Naylor takes off, throw to second, and Naylor with a stolen base. He steals a lot of bases, believe it or not. He's got 25 now.
Yeah, just like that. I mean, pitcher forgetting about him, not realizing that he will steal a base.
He's in the top 6 in the American League in stolen bases. Stealthy.
Yeah.
Here's a 1-1. Raleigh off the end of the bat. Luis Lara will settle under it, and Bryce Wilson puts up a 0. Hey, the bullpen's doing their job. See if the Brewer bats. can shake him up here. Top of the order with Turang to start it. Then Chourio. And then Bowers.
Into the 9 o'clock hour on our UW Credit Union drone cam just outside of American Family Field. Brewers with some work to do, trailing 7-3 here in the home half of the 7th inning. We're at the Gruber Lofts' One Call That's All Sports Desk. Stephen and Vinny getting sent for Brewers post-game. Very different story from last night offensively for the Brewers. Just 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, Vinny.
6 left on base so far, but the Brewers lead baseball in comeback wins after the 5th inning. Let's see if they can get it done tonight. They're going to need some more base runners and come through with that big hit.
Well, the bullpen has done their part. We'll see if they can continue that as well. And B.A. Rock, when we sat here and tossed to you last night, it was just 11-0. They'd go on to double that by the time the game was over. So who knows what can happen tonight.
Easy. Game is easy. Stephen coming in with time and temperature.
Yeah.
68 degrees at 9 o'clock. Here's Jose Ferrer. Left-hander out of the pen. He's got Turang. Turang, Chourio, Bowers. 2 big lefty bats. Becomes Ferrer's window or lane in the batting order.
Yeah, last pitch on the 15th against the Astros. Gave up a couple of runs in an inning of work. He's got a pretty good changeup. He throws a lot of them.
Turang, fly ball to left. On the run, Arozarena makes a play for the out. 1 out here in the 7th. Brewers had them loaded with nobody out last inning and managed just 1. The 2 rookies, Lara and Pratt, with strikeouts. They will improve as the games go by and the years go by with their plate discipline. Chourio swing and a miss. 2 hits tonight for Chourio. 2 singles and a stolen base. OPS over 800 for Chourio. Base runners are king right now. Brewers need them. They'll put up some threats. Chase the starter Gilbert. Mariners are definitely a little earlier in the pen as Chourio back up the middle of base hit. 3-hit game for Jackson Chourio.
Yeah, stayed on that sinker nicely. Got it down a little bit off the end of the bat, but stayed on it and able to muscle it out there in the center field.
It's amazing you can be off the end of the bat on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, a little bit, not much off the end of the bat, but toward the end anyway, and able to dump it in front of Rodriguez in center.
Good to see Chourio's not having any more issues after that hard slide into the bag. Now Bowers has been good against lefties this year. That's been a huge story. Never really given a chance against lefties prior to this season. There he's down 0-2.
Back at Andrew Vaughn started the year on the injured list. And Brewers gave Bowers an opportunity against lefties, and he really hasn't looked back. He's hitting nearly 290 against lefties.
Yeah, 5 homers as well.
Actually over 290 now.
He's down 0-2, and he got him for air with a changeup. Bowers is 0 for 4 tonight. That on-base streak in jeopardy. 2 outs with Chourio at first. Now a message from Landmark Credit Union.
At Landmark Credit Union, banking made easy means managing your money anytime, anywhere. Whether you're relaxing on the couch or sliding into home plate, our top-rated app is a home run.
Contreras beats one into the ground. Brock run. Oh, a high throw into the dugout. And the runners will all advance.
Wow, how about
what
that?
A costly error this could be here for the Mariners.
Yeah, we saw some really shoddy defense by the Seattle last night. How about this throw? This one got away from him and into the camera well. An unforced error. Wow, terrible throw.
This is a very good defender. He actually won a minor league gold glove a couple of years ago. Uncharacteristic And now the Brewers suddenly have a chance here with Yelich at the plate. Fires that fastball in at 98. Big velocity, left on left. Yelich trying to reach for the 4th time in this game. Ate him up. 0-2 the count. Second and third, 2 outs. Brewers need a big hit. And Yelich looks at one right down the middle. Surprised him with a fastball. And the inning is over. A couple of Ks for Ferrer. 7-3 Mariners. We go to the 8th inning. Aurora Healthcare defensive plays of the game. None worth a circle, but some nice plays.
Sure. That was a nice play by Jackson right there up against the wall, and then the unassisted double play. And Turang able to grab it, touch the bag, and throw to first base.
Not circle worthy, but honorable mention.
And Vinny shamed me into an extra circle for Ortiz last night. And I hear they mentioned it on the post-game show as well.
Is that right?
Yeah.
They had time to do that, going through all 22 runs.
Not going to make that mistake. I disappointed Vinny in a big way.
Taylor Ward leads off this 8th inning. Bryce Wilson back for his 2nd inning. Yeah, that's a challenge here. Looked like a good pitch.
Batter challenging, call of a strike.
Dexter Kelly is going to be rid of all the challenges the rest of the game. Brewers were out of challenges in the 1st inning.
All on the field is confirmed. Seattle has no challenges remaining.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Taylor Ward. And a little pop up. Turang is out. He wants it. Bowers will oblige. First out of the 8th. Brewers and Mariners play an afternoon game tomorrow. Mariners wrap up their road trip tomorrow here in Milwaukee. Robert Gasser pitches for the Brewers. George Kirby is on the mound for Seattle. He's one of their best guys.
Earned an average under 4, 8-9 record for Kirby.
Tough pitching matchup tomorrow. Gasser looked good his last time out, had his moments. There's a line drive fair down the right field line. Rodden is on his way to 2nd, thinking about 3rd, and he's off and running, and he'll make it without a throw. Stand-up triple for Brock Rodden.
There hasn't been a whole lot of base hits for the Seattle Mariners since that 2nd inning on the 2nd. Naylor with a base hit to left, and now Rodden with the triple. That brings up the top of the order. And you get that ball down in that right field corner. That's an awfully long throw to keep a runner at 2nd base. Losing just about everything as he rounds the bases.
Yard sale out there. First triple in the big leagues for Brock Rodden. Matching Bill Schroeder's total for triples in a career. He's on the board.
Yeah.
Did you run out of your helmet on your triple?
I think so. Ball actually hit me in the back on a throw in from center field. Had that ball not hit me in the back, I would have never had a triple. But you knew that.
Oh, I didn't know.
You love me telling that story. I know Brent Reelin, our producer, loves that story.
It's a great story.
I tell it like, what, 5-6 times a year?
Hit you right between the 2 and the 1.
Yeah.
Infield end, and the 1-2 is upstairs. Donovan has not been retired tonight. 2 hits and 2 walks. Clean shaven Brendan Donovan. There's a called strike 3. Donovan tried to challenge. They are out of challenges. He may have won that one.
Yeah, he would have won it, but they don't have any more.
And Wilson gets the strikeout. Second K for Bryce.
This one just a hair inside. I'm sorry, Brendan. No more.
Blame your teammates. There's Randy Arozarena, who had maybe the worst challenge of the year. The most in the strike zone pitch that has been challenged.
Clearly.
Back up the middle, hits Wilson. He recovers. Bryce barehands it, throws, and a pick at first. Andrew Vaughn saves the day. Wilson just wore that like a mosquito. Smiles on his way in. That was cooked off the bat of Arozarena. There's our Toyota game reset. 7-3 Mariners. They scored 7 runs first 2 innings. Brewers have 3 unanswered, but a long way from home. Gilbert chased out in the 6th. Joey Ortiz with a 2-run home run in the 2nd. Then he had a sac fly in the 6th. He's got all 3 RBIs. And it's going to be Seranthony Dominguez. Acquisition at the trade deadline. White Sox traded a reliever for a starter. Luis Castillo went to the White Sox. Brewers saw Dominguez earlier this year in that opening series with Chicago and got to him.
And he's given up only 1 run in his last 5 appearances. Last appeared against the Astros on the 16th. Went back-to-back in that series.
He's had a bit of an all or nothing type of career. He can be as good as anyone if he's throwing strikes. His stuff's nasty. But a number of teams have given up on Dominguez. He's been traded. Remember the Phillies, he was part of their playoff runs. Traded to Baltimore, and then he bounced to the White Sox, and now the Mariners. Matching up against a former White Sox in Vaughn. And that's a strike. Oof. That was a ball, but no challenges.
Yeah.
And now the count is 3-1. Mm. 3-2 now. Vaughn had a single in the 6th inning. Loaded the bases with nobody out in that frame. He's 1 for 3 tonight. 3-2. Hanging tough. That's a ball. And Vaughn reaches on a leadoff walk here in the 8th.
Yeah, it's a good at bat by Andrew. That one much higher than the one that was called on the 3-0 pitch.
Well, you do feel like, Rock, if the Brewers can just get a little something going here, there is the here we go again nature of the Mariners right now, who've had a dreadful year, coming off an incredible season last season. Now Raleigh's on his way to the mound. This is where Seranthony Dominguez struggles. His command.
Yeah, I think that here we go again situation came up in the 6th inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. Brewers only able to scratch out 1 run. Mariners really dodged the bullet that inning.
Well, Gabe Spire is readying in a hurry. Dominguez has only 1 walk in his last 5 outings. Rock mentioned he's been pitching well lately. His overall walk percentage, though, is 14%, which is bottom 5 among relievers in the game.
You just can't be walking guys when you're working out of the bullpen, particularly in late inning situations.
1-1. Lara, base hit, left center. Again, the Brewers keep the pressure on. They're down 4. The tying run is on deck. Luis Lara with his first hit.
And nice job by Lara just to serve that one out in the left field. Just making sure he stays on that baseball, kind of inside outs it and hits it into left. So the first 2 reach.
Joey Ortiz responsible for all 3 Brewer runs tonight. Brewers have been leaning on him heavy. Again, Dominguez misses high.
All of a sudden the crowd expecting big things out of Ortiz. I mean, that's a big departure from the beginning of the year. One of the guys you want up right now.
2 on, nobody out. Put it right by him again. It's upstairs. It's a strike, but he's been missing high, and his strikes have been in the upper quadrant. Ortiz can hit the high fastball with that swing. Pops that one foul and out of play. For Dominguez, it's only his 8th appearance as a Mariner. He's given up a lot of hits. 9 hits in his 5 innings, or 4 2/3 innings as a Mariner. Here's a 1-2. Ortiz pulls it foul.
A couple of back-to-back hanging sweepers right there. That's the one you want, a little out in front.
Does Dominguez try to sneak a fastball by him? You know, Cal Raleigh remembers the fastball Gilbert threw. Calls for it. 1-2 the count. And he misses badly with a breaking ball. Boy, it's hard to key in on a fastball when you got 2 strikes, but you got to think Dominguez is going to let it fly here. 2-2, and Ortiz fouls off the fastball.
When you sit fastball, you can always adjust to off speed. You can't do the other way around. When you have 2 strikes, I mean, the prevailing theory is look Peter, adjust off speed.
Hunting a mistake. Pitch number 7 here. 2-2. Ortiz bouncer, right side, big bounce. It's through a base hit. Here comes Vaughn. He'll score. Go get it, Joey O.
What about that at bat? My goodness.
RBI single, and the Brewers are in this baby.
Well, I'll tell you, how about that approach right there by Joey Ortiz, just doing what he can to put the bat on the baseball, able to find the hole in the right field. And like I said, Joey Ortiz right now is one of the guys in this lineup that you want at the plate in these spots. And he comes through again. He's driven in all 4 runs so far tonight.
Joey Ortiz, 2 for 3, 4 RBIs, ties his career best. Now it's Cooper Pratt. He's the tying run, folks. And he threw him a first pitch sweeper. Pratt lays off. Cooper had a chance in the 6th inning. Struck out to end the inning with 2 on. Baseball's a game of redemption. Pratt gets another shot at it. We're in the 8th. 4 unanswered runs for the Brewers. And a whole lot of base runners. Brewers have stranded 8. They have kept the pressure on. speed at third, and Lara. Ortiz can run at first. Sir Anthony Dominguez deals. Pratt, bouncing ball right to Donovan. And that's going to start a 4-6-3 double play. A run will score. It's a 2-run game now, but the bases are empty. And 2 men are out.
Well, they put it in play, but unfortunately hit it right at Young. But another run in.
And a pitching change is coming. Bryce Terang coming to bat. Dan Wilson back to his bullpen.
With a new toy.
American Family Field, roof is open. It's a beautiful night. Brewers got down early 7-0. They have fought their way back. Scored 5 unanswered. We're in the bottom of the 8th, though, and one of the more reliable Mariners relievers, Gabe Spire, comes on for his 40th game, Ron.
Yeah, his numbers have been very good. Game number 40, as you mentioned, a 278 earned run average. Not a big strikeout guy. He doesn't walk many.
Bryce Terang with nobody on. 2 outs in the inning after the double play ball. And, Terang almost hit by a pitch.
3 appearances ago against the Yankees, gave up 3 runs in 2/3 of an inning.
He will give up some hits. Pitches in traffic at times, does Spire. Terang, chopper to second base. Cole Young makes the play, and the inning is over. But the Brewers get 2 more runs. Another RBI for Joey O. He's got a 4 RBI game. And this is a 2-run game as we go to the 9th.
Hey, the Burnham Bowl in West Allis is tonight's Tavern of the Game winner. If they call the Brewers by 10 o'clock tomorrow, they get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Here we go to the 9th. It'll be Antonio Senzatella. Trade acquisition from the Rockies. Senzatella looked like his dominant self against the Dodgers. That was a good sign for the Brewers to see. And he's trying to keep the Mariners right here at 7. Get the Brewers to the plate with a chance to maybe steal this game.
And last appeared in the game against the Dodgers on Saturday, so it's been a while for him.
Brewers are attempting to get Senzatella off the 4-seamer, and more of those. And he's got a nasty sinker. And we saw it against the Dodgers. He was humming that sinker at 97, 98 miles an hour. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Curveball misses.
It's got to feel good for Senzatella to get out of Colorado, right? It's been his entire 10-year career with the Rockies. Tough place to pitch.
He had great numbers away from Coors, not so good numbers at Coors Field. There's a little jam shot. Pop up out to center. And Lara's got it. There's out number 1. Dominic Canzone retired. Brewers in the 9th will have Churio, Bowers, Contreras. If anybody gets on, Yelich. Bowers is 0 for 4. He's trying to extend an on-base streak. He'll have a chance in the 9th. Mariners got 4 in the first, 3 in the second. And then Joey Ortiz responsible for 4 of the 5 runs on the board. The other one came in on a double play. 4 RBI game for Joey O.
You can't say enough about how this Brewers bullpen has responded tonight. You're not talking about the A bullpen. You're not talking about McGill, Patrick, Ashby. Other guys doing a great job tonight, keeping the Mariners off the board, giving the Brewers a chance.
The 0-2 misses. Senzatella, one of those rare high leverage relievers with a ton of pitches. He's basically got a starter's arsenal, and he uses them all. 1-2, and he ties up Rodriguez that popped out of the glove of Contreras, secures it at first. How about that sinker, Rock? 98 miles an hour coming all the way across home plate.
Yeah, and Contreras couldn't even catch it.
2 outs. A reminder, this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Brewers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Brewers. 2 outs for Josh Naylor. 2 for 4 tonight with a 2 RBI single. And a lazy fly ball, long run out. That's going to fall for a base hit. Mariners have had a lot of those tonight.
Yes, they have. Ground balls just out of the reach of the infield. You know, flares. Of course, they haven't had too much going on offensively since that second inning. But Naylor, another base hit.
So 2 out base runner. And here's Cole Young. Hitless tonight. Did walk and score in the first. Slaps one foul.
Keep an eye on this guy. He'll sneak attack you. He'll steal a base.
Already has one tonight. His 25th of the year. He's got their attention now, though.
Doesn't look like a base stealer, does he?
Here's the 0-1. Ball and a strike. In there. Cutter got a generous call. 1 ball, 2 strikes a count. Senzatella trying to put a 0 on the board in the 9th. And he misses with a sinker. Man, he throws that thing hard.
98.
He's up there in the rebate territory with the power sinker. That's why the Brewers are trying to get him to throw it more. Locked him up that time. Did he go? Yes, he did. It's a strikeout. Senzatella starting to look dominant. 2 Ks, puts up a 0. Munoz, the closer, coming in. Churio, Bowers, and Contreras coming up. Brewers trying to climb that ladder. They're down 7-5. Andres Munoz, the Mariners closer, is on the mound. Jackson Churio leads off.
Yeah, picked up a save his last time out against Houston. That was on the 16th. Also had a blown save. Gave up 5 runs in 2/3 of an inning against those same Houston Astros. That was a couple of nights before the save.
Hard thrower. Munoz.
7 blown saves on the year. Oof.
Churio with 3 hits, 3 out of 4. And he pops this one up. Long run in for Robles, just in the game and right for Canzone. And the Brewers down to their last 2 outs here. This is where the rally started in Los Angeles last Thursday. Brewers were down 2. Had an out in the ninth, nobody on, and they ripped off 5 hits and scored 3 runs. Bowers had the game winner. What proved to be the game winner. Bowers trying to extend it on base streak right now. He's at 20 in a row. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Munoz peppers one at 100. Well, if nothing else, the Brewers have tapped into the Mariners' A relievers tonight.
And who would have thought that after the first 2 innings?
7-0 with Logan Gilbert on the mound. And yet the Brewers have put themselves in a position with a base runner to bring the tying run to the plate. One and two to Jake Bauers. 2-2.
Now and again, he will throw the changeup. That's what he just threw to Jake.
Rally hats on. 2-2. Bauers strikes out. Munoz up the ladder with 100. And 2 gone here in the 9th. Brewers down to their last out. It'll be Contreras now trying to get Yelich to the plate. And a bouncer to short. Rodden makes the play to end the game. And the Mariners hang on and win this one 7-5. Series all even at 1 apiece. Rubber match tomorrow. And a day game here in the final game of the series. Mariners beat the Brewers tonight 7-5.
You know, one day leads to the next. So the Mariners had to use their A bullpen after the Brewers fell behind 7-0 in the first 2 innings. How about the Brewers bullpen? How good they were today. And let's see how that's going to affect tomorrow's game.
Brewers get 7 shutout innings from their bullpen. And they have saved their high leverage guys to back up Robert Gasser tomorrow. Mariners get the win, and we'll get you set up for tomorrow. Final game of the series. Stephen Watson, Vinny Rottino standing by. Sophia will be down in the clubhouse for post-game sound. It is Brewers post-game, brought to you by Freighter to the Medical College of Wisconsin. Coming up next on Brewers TV. See you tomorrow, everyone.